Fine.
Pleasantly surprised. She could have. The Village of Wheeling special meeting of the Liquor Control Commission is now called to order. Please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hein?
Here.
Commissioner Vogel?
Here.
Commissioner Here?
Here.
Commissioner Brady?
Here.
Commissioner Argyris and Commissioner Lang informed the board they would not be here this evening. President Abascato.
Yes, here. Approval of the minutes of April 23rd, 2012.
So move.
Motion by trustee Hein,
Second.
second by trustee Here. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hein?
Yes.
Commissioner Vogel?
Yes.
Commissioner Here?
Yes.
Commissioner Brady?
Yes.
President Abascato.
Yes. Approval of the special meeting of May 7th.
So moved.
Motion made by Commissioner Vogel, second
Second.
by Commissioner Brady. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hein?
Yes.
Commissioner Vogel?
Yes.
Commissioner Here?
Yes.
Commissioner Brady?
Yes.
President Abascato.
Yes. New business?
In consideration of a Class L liquor license, World Presidents Organization, NetJet Signature Flight Support, Chicago Executive Airport Hangar 19, 1064 South Milwaukee Avenue. The event will take place on May 31st, 2012, and it's a charity event.
Have any questions, or do I have a motion?
So moved.
Motion made by Commissioner Vogel, second by Commissioner Here. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hein?
Yes.
Commissioner Vogel?
Yes.
Commissioner Here?
Yes.
Commissioner Brady?
Yes.
President Abascato.
Yes.
In consideration of a Class L liquor license for Priester Aviation, 1061 South Wolf Road, event June 5th, 2012.
So moved. Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Here, second by Commissioner Hein. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hein?
Yes.
Commissioner Vogel?
Yes.
Commissioner Here?
Yes.
Commissioner Brady?
Yes.
President Abascato.
Yes, Ms. Kavanaugh? Save us a trip. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Do you have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Motion made by Commissioner Vogel,
Second.
second by Commissioner Brady. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hein?
Yes.
Commissioner Vogel?
Yes.
Commissioner Here?
Yes.
Commissioner Brady?
Yes.
President Abascato.
Yes. Village of Wheeling special meeting is called to order. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hein?
No.
Here.
Commissioner Vogel?
Here.
Commissioner Here?
Trustee.
Here? Oh, I'm sorry, trustee.
Sorry.
Trustee Here?
Wrong?
Here.
Trustee Brady?
Here.
President, and Trustee Argyris and Trustee Lang informed the board they would not be here this evening. President Abascato.
Yes. Here. Proclamation.
We need approval of the minutes.
Approval of the minutes of the May 7th meeting.
So moved.
Motion made by Trustee Vogel, second by
Second.
Trustee Brady. Roll call, please.
Trustee Hein?
Yes.
Trustee Vogel?
Yes.
Trustee Here?
Yes.
Trustee Brady?
Yes.
President Abascato.
Yes. Proclamations.
Girl Scouts proclamation, 100 years of Girl Scouting, and declaring 2012 as the year of the Girl Scout. Of the Girl. March 12, 2012 marks the 100th anniversary of the Girl Scouts of the United States of America, which began in 1912 when Savannah, Georgia native Juliet Daisy Gordon Lowe gathered 18 girls to provide them the opportunity to develop physically, mentally, and spiritually. For 100 years, Girl Scouting has helped build millions of girls and women of courage, confidence, and character who act to make the world a better place. The award-winning Girl Scout Leadership Program helps girls discover themselves and their values, connect with others, and take action to make the world a better place. The Girl Scout Gold Award, the highest honor in Girl Scouting, will require girls to make a measurable and sustainable difference in their community, assesses a need and design a solution, find the resources and support to make it happen, complete the project, and also inspire others to sustain it. The Gold Award honors leadership in the Girl Scout tradition, and Gold Award recipients have already changed the world as high school students. Core programs around science, technology, engineering, and math, environmental stewardship, healthy living, financial literacy, and global citizenship help girls develop a solid foundation in leadership. Since its founding in 2000, it has to be 9,000. The Girl Scout Research Institute has become an internationally recognized center for original research, research reviews, and surveys that provide a significant insight into the lives of girls. Today, more than 50 million American women are Girl Scouts alumni. 3.3 million girls and adult volunteers are active members, and Girl Scouts is the largest member of the World Association of Girl Guides and Girl Scouts, a global movement comprising more than 10 million girls in 145 countries worldwide. Judy Abrascato, President of the Village of Wheeling, to hereby applaud the Girl Scouts of the United States of America for their 100 years of leadership and expertise as the voice for and of girls, and proudly proclaim 2012 as Year of the Girl.
Aside from Troop 40971 and 42473, do we have any of the other troops here? Or just those two troops? And your troop is? 407. I can't really remember the number. Okay. Oh, that's all right, honey. 10 million Girl Scouts, we wouldn't want you to remember all that, right? Well, we have Lynn Provost and Cindy Kennedy, and she is going to accept the plaques, the certificates, and I'd like to give you the others because if this young lady is here, she should be recognized too. Now, I want to tell you something. I used to be a Brownie leader. That was a long time ago. What do you think? My daughter would tell you that. But you know, I'd like you all to stand up because the camera will get you. Are you all standing? That's very good. I applaud all of you for taking that and learning and striving to not only be better, but to be better citizens as you grow up. And how fortunate you are to have the troop leaders there to help you. So we all applaud you. So we have Evelyn, and I get yours. And then here's the other. We get the other troop, but I don't know. Okay. Thank you for all your hard work. Thank you. Thank you very much. Well, we have a proclamation today.
In recognition of dedicated service of Edward Wargo. Edward Wargo was hired with the Village of Wheeling on October 3rd, 1977. Edward Wargo has served the Village of Wheeling, Illinois with genuine dedication for over 34 years in the capacity of maintenance man in community service, maintenance operator in road and bridge, and mechanics. Edward Wargo lived in Wheeling for nearly 30 years and attended St. Joseph the Worker Parish, St. Joseph the Worker Elementary School, and Wheeling High School. During his career with the Village of Wheeling, Edward Wargo became extremely proficient in the repair and maintenance of everything from the smallest gasoline-powered equipment to large end loaders and fire pumpers. In addition to ensuring the safety of vehicles and equipment, Edward Wargo assisted in numerous special events and department emergency operations such as snow plowing, microburst flooding, etc. Edward Wargo has been an invaluable and committed employee of the Village of Wheeling and the Department of Public Works and will indeed be missed. Judy Abrascato, President of the Village of Wheeling, does hereby proclaim Thursday, May 31st, 2012 as Edward Wargo Day in the Village of Wheeling in recognition and appreciation of his 34 years of excellent service to the community, village employees in the Public Works Department, and wishes him well in his future endeavors.
Where are you, Ed? Are you hiding? 25 years old, so you know he started very young with the village. I guess we can't say words enough to say thank you. But the biggest thing to say is thank you. Your dedication, what you've done for us, what you've helped the department to grow. You've seen it grow, and we wish you much luck, much happiness, much in your retired job.
Thank you.
And should we have the whole family stand up and you can name them all?
Okay.
Let's see, we got
There's Lucas. This is my son Lucas, Valerie, and Hannah. And there's my older brother Bob. Okay. Then my older looking brother Joe. And Patrick's behind him. And James has just come back from D.C. And I have an extended family. I have Bobby Knopfel and Donnie Burke and Ray Scully and Alfie Stavros and Tony Stavros and Dave, and every one of you guys have been a family. And Bill, you know, it's been a family that it's been a family here. It's a family that I've always had, you know, the people that were around me. And it was like working for people I live with, you know, my family. It's how it is. You know, all of these guys, you know, were here. And I don't know how you guys kept me this long.
We're afraid to fire you.
But I am saying, I do say with the deepest part of my soul, I can come to thank you. You know, thank you for this. I've had it, and I'm just not working here no more. I'm still part. You know, Wheeling's been here. I grew up here. I've been here since kindergarten, and you know, I went through St. Joe's and high school, and the best is the best job in the world, being here. I mean, if I, you know, as Bill Carlin would say, if I found anything better, you know, I'd take it, but I haven't. And it's been, I don't feel like I've worked here, because, you know, I don't work a day here, because I love it. I love being here, and it's just something that you can always give back to somebody else. And the people, the firemen, the policemen, guys in public works that nobody sees, you know, they're all my brothers. You know, they're the ones that are there. And I appreciate it. Thank you. You're good forever be here. And thanks everybody for showing up.
We have one more proclamation, and then after which we will take a short recess, because, you know, no proclamation, dedication, singing is to have cake. So would you read that proclamation?
National Garden Week, June 3rd through June 9th, 2012. The Wheeling Garden Club, in cooperation with the National Garden Club Incorporated, is promoting National Garden Week in Illinois. Garden Week involves setting aside a special week to strengthen communities by encouraging citizens of all ages to work towards common goals. Among Garden Week activities are educational programs, environmental cleanup, community beautification, flower shows, garden walks, youth activities, and workshops. The Garden Clubs of Illinois is a nonprofit organization with 206 clubs and more than 8,300 members throughout Illinois. The members are concerned citizens willing to devote their time and talents to the conservation, preservation, and beautification of our state's natural treasures and to expand and share our knowledge for the betterment of the environment. Judy Abriscato, President of the Village of Wheeling, urges all residents of Wheeling to proclaim, to participate in, and to celebrate June 3rd through June 9th, 2012 as National Garden Week.
Mr. Schaaf? I probably should say, how many are in the garden club? Stand up. Stand up. Stand up.
Couple of us.
Trustee Clerk Simpson? Thank you for the excellent job. I hope that everybody realizes the nice flowers that are around town. I think one at the Ambets, did I see a whole yesterday? And then one down
In front of Meyer Material.
in front of Mario Material. That's all done with the peoples from the Garden Club. So we thank you for that. And we thank you for the nice sale that you had a couple weeks ago. All the best flowers, and if anybody wants to join the garden club, they would love to have you if you really want to get into the dirt. Right?
Thank you very much.
Thank you. And now we will convene till 7 o'clock, and please join us for cake and coffee. I need a motion.
So moved. Second.
Motion made by trustee Brady, second by trustee Vogel. Roll call, please.
Trustee Hein?
Yes.
Trustee Vogel?
Yes.
Trustee Hare?
Yes.
Trustee Brady?
Yes.
President Abiscato?
Yes. No.
I'm the air.
83 and Dundee.
In that shopping center.
Shopping center, across the
By
street.
By Kmart?
Yeah. No
That
kidding.
side facing 83.
I don't look any better than the last one.
The Village of Wheeling,
Now it's got deactivated.
will now resume.
Need a roll call.
I need a roll call, please.
We need a motion.
Motion?
So move.
Second.
Motion by trustee here, second by trustee Vogel. Roll call, please.
Trustee Hein?
Yep.
Trustee Vogel?
Yes.
Trustee Here?
Yes.
Trustee Brady?
Yes.
President Everscotta?
Yes. We have any citizens'
No, Madam President.
concerns and comments? No. Staff reports, none. Consent agenda, none. Old business?
None?
New business?
Item 13, new business, all listed items for discussion and possible action. 13A, resolution approving a contract with Suburban Concrete Incorporated for the 2012 motor fuel tax sidewalk removal and replacement program.
So move.
Mr. Stavros?
Second.
Okay. Motion made by trustee Brady, second by trustee
Vogel.
Vogel. Roll call, please.
Trustee Hein?
Yes.
Trustee Vogel?
Yes.
Trustee Here?
Yes.
Trustee Brady?
Yes.
President Everscotta?
Yes.
Item 13B, resolution authorizing the village president to execute a contract with Michelle's Corporation for the jointly bid 2012 sewer lining project number 2.
So moved.
Motion made by trustee Vogel, second by trustee Hein. Roll call, please.
Trustee Hein?
Yes.
Trustee Vogel?
Yes.
Trustee Here?
Yes.
Trustee Brady?
Yes.
President Everscotta?
Yes.
Item 13C, discussion regarding design of southwest corner of Milwaukee Avenue and Dundee Road.
Mr. Fondilis.
Thank you, Madam President. Several weeks ago, we had left off on this discussion with direction from the board for staff to come back with a couple of designs to reassess the pocket park at that corner. Tonight we have two such options, a very simple option and essentially the clock tower as presented previously with just the clock tower removed. So for discussion tonight is again how to proceed with that corner pocket park without the clock tower as directed by the board. Option number one, which is what is before you, shows all of the land that is available and village owned, including the planned parking spaces for that corner. This is essentially a grass and seed. We would go in with what is existing. There's already sidewalk put in the parking that was planned there to finish off all of the hardscape and grade the site, seed it, and let it be as is. This could either then be set for a future development, a further development, I should say, of the park, or it could be simply just an open space as illustrated on the screen. Option B is substantially similar to what you saw last time. It includes brick pavers, it includes the front wall that you had seen that says the Village of Wheeling, which will be backlit, and can or cannot include two circular walls that are closer to the parking lot and substantially more landscaping. This would again include all the benches from our previous discussion, and most importantly, this is a bit more of a plug-and-play situation. If the board would like to see all of the walls constructed, we can do that. If you'd like to see only the front wall that says Village of Wheeling, we can do that. This version has many more options to it and would be much more of a final product for whatever the board's vision is for that site. So again, this option, option B, includes all of the land that the village owns and includes the parking that has been envisioned and planned for this site from the beginning. So with that background information, I can take questions or we can start the discussion from there.
Trustee Hein.
Thank you. This has been before the board in different times, and I know a lot of work and effort went into this thing, and this board has been discussing it for quite a few years. And the two plans that are here this evening are something that we have to take in consideration because we have a brand-new development there with new signage, new buildings, new parking lots, so on and so forth. We can actually see the physical plant now. And I think we have to just take a few minutes, and I know there's a lot of time involved in this, but I think we should just take a few steps back and take a look at this thing and perhaps approach it in a different way. I, for one, would like to see no walls. I'd like to have it wide open with some type of a clock tower device. So that the residents and the people that are using that area, and there's going to be an extensive use of this particular park, unlike the other ones, because the only other pocket park on Milwaukee Avenue that gets any service through it is the one over by Walgreens. The one with the flags, there's nothing behind it. The one with the big park behind by Cole Taylor over there. Okay, it's an extensive walk over to those buildings. But this particular park over here is the gateway for people walking into that shopping center. I'd like to have it open. I'd like to have a clock feature there. But I think right at this particular time, I think we should put it on hold until we can really take a look at it and come up with some other ideas. I'm not too happy with the two plans that we have. I do favor the part, the one for the five grand to put some seed in there, get it ready, and make it look presentable. But I don't like walls. If there's going to be a wall there hiding some of that parking, I would like to see a living wall with substantial trees and shrubs and everything, but nothing made out of stone. So that's what I'm in favor of. Thank you.
Thank you. Trustee Brady.
Well, the other side of the coin, this has been planned for a long time. The plan originated with Trevor Lehman with the Friendship Park and extended to Walgreens with that park and the Veterans Corner. And this is the last leg of the journey, and that intersection is to get this corner done. We waited and waited and waited for the shopping center to get built because no sense in building one and then have people working around it and tearing it up, and that time is now. To forego doing it, you know, first of all, it serves two purposes. You drive by there now, and what do you see when you look? You see a nice building in the background and a sea of iron right up to the street. Cars parked right up to, you know, right there in front of us. You put something like this, it distracts from the parking lot. The building behind it, look at the picture. You don't even see the cars. You see the building, you see the nice park, and it gives it a nice effect to the shopping center. It takes away from the parking of cars and the baskets and everything else in the parking lot. Makes it look nice for the people passing through Wheeling. You know, we're not trying to reinvent ourselves here. What we're trying to do is show the world that Wheeling is truly, with our diversity, and that we're a world-class community. We have every nationality there can be thought of living here. We get along. We give everybody the good service. We give, you know, the only thing missing was we didn't look good. We're getting there. Little by little, we improved the community by the way of the little parks, the little this, the little that, and here is one of them. This is the gateway to Wheeling. Both north and south and east and west come through this intersection, and it's supposed to look good. Not putting this park here, letting the cars there, just having grass there, come on. You know, secondly, you know, we do it later, who knows what's going to happen. This is the time to do it. We plan to do it now. Why aren't we going to do it now? Why? Because we don't have the money? I don't know. I should ask Mr. Monchain. Can we finance this without hurting our budget or the community? Mr. Monchain.
You know, for the cost of the project that we're talking about tonight, I don't think that it makes a whole lot of sense to borrow money for it. The money exists currently within the TIF districts as a whole. That particular TIF district had a deficit fund balance at the end of 2011, but there are two other TIF districts that have substantial fund balances, and the funds could be transferred from one of those TIFs to the Crossroads TIF to pay for this project. So a project this size, I don't think it makes a whole lot of sense to try to finance it, but the funds are available if the board chooses to go forward with it.
So even if we use a portion of the TIF money and something important came before us, we would still be able to handle that also, right?
We would, and if you're referring to a development project, the likes of a Fresh Farms or Prairie Park, typically we've financed those through leveraging the future increment generated by those projects. So that's probably what we would do if any other project came along. We typically don't pay cash, out of pocket for a development incentive, so I don't really believe that would be an issue in the future.
Well, for the sake of the community, the sake of the aesthetics of the community, and the sake of just a pure feeling of what people get when they come into town, and to finish this corner off so it doesn't look like a three-legged dog, I suggest we go ahead and do the entire project. Let's get it done. Clock tower, circular walls, whatever there was in there, let's get it done and move on. I'd like to have a consensus on that, please.
We'll take a consensus. I agree with you, Trustee Brady.
Can I,
We've talked about this, I don't know how long.
including the clock tower at this point in time?
Yes.
Well, then that 185,000 is not the correct number. That 185,000 does not include the clock tower.
Just for
That's
the-
correct. We
Right.
would go back to the contract, well, if the board gives consensus to proceed as planned previously, we would go back to our low bidder from our bid process from a couple of months ago and see if that bid is still valid. If so, we would bring a contract before the board for the same amount that we did several weeks ago.
And that was 285,000?
I believe it was 300 and
300
Mark,
change.
325,000.
325,000. That was the all-in price for the park as designed, including the clock tower. So you are correct. The 185
Just this.
is what you see before you now.
Okay.
Yeah, just as a point of reference, the clock tower, the alternate for the clock tower was 129.5 approximately. And the total price with everything included was 328,662.
Yeah, that comes to 314,500. The number you just gave me.
340.
The 185 plus the number you said for the clock tower?
The clock tower number that was given is just the tower itself. The other, whatever the difference is, 14,000 was incidental infrastructure in order to accommodate the clock tower. So
Okay.
that's just the clock tower itself is more of a bolt-on structure.
Can I ask, did that 129,000 include the foundation also?
I believe that it did. I believe the 129 is the tower and the foundation. Mr. Vogel, the 185 that I put on the memorandum, it's probably more like 200,000 if you're counting, but
Okay, so the true price is 325 or 329, what is it?
328,662.
Okay.
That is an accurate price because that was bid. Everything else is an estimate. So the 185, as Mr. Janik said, is an estimate. The 325 is a hard number that was bid out.
That's correct.
Trustee Heine had another question. Are you done, Trustee Vogel?
Yes.
Oh, thank you. Trustee Heine had another
Thank you.
statement.
If we are going to go back and look at the bid that was put in by the low bidder, Shefkus, I believe it was, I would like to see us look at taking out the wall, putting brick pavers in, and seeing what kind of a number we come up with. But I'm not comfortable with $330,000. I think we've got to compromise here a little bit. I can see putting the brick pavers down, and but not the walls. You're talking about a lot more money putting those walls up.
All right. we'll take a consensus. First consensus, we'll do a couple. How's it?
Well, Madam President, can I say something first?
Sure. Trustee here.
It seems like we're going to be going backwards again. There's another proposal out there. First, it's with a clock tower, then it's without the clock tower. Now it's without a wall, and then we're just going back and forth. It's not muddied up the waters. Obviously, all of us have sat up here and we've talked about over the years, we start projects, we never complete them. And I think the consensus of most of the people that sit on the board is to finish this project. I, for one, do like the backlight of that wall. I think that with the Village of Wheeling on there, I think that's going to showcase people coming down Dundee Road. Can the clock tower be added at a later time? And I know when we always say the later time,
We won't do it.
later time will never come.
The answer is yes. What would have to happen is we would have to put in the infrastructure, and you would literally have the foundation poured, the electric done. You'd have bolts sticking up that we would cover, of course. And then because it is just a bolt-on structure, essentially, the clock tower, it can be put in at a later date. But the significant cost is in the infrastructure. So the answer is yes, it is more efficient to be done at one time, but it can be done.
Okay.
All right. I would like to take the consensus of completion of the corner.
And that's including the clock tower.
Everything, completion, finished, done. Because you know what'll happen if we go, okay, we'll do this, we'll do that? It's not going to get done.
At the price of 328.5.
That's correct.
Just one point of reference also. The previous contract that was bid for this, the 328,662.
We have to check to see if it's still intact, too.
Yes, and also the lettering and the lighting of the lettering of Village of Wheeling was not included in that price. So it will go up relative to the lettering and also relative to what kind of lettering the village would like.
How much? Any
Well,
ideas?
If it's LED backlit, or if it's the lettering and then lights shining on the letters themselves, there's two different ways of basically doing it. If you do LED backlit, it's going to be a good amount of money.
What's a lot of money?
I suspect it'll be somewhere in the range of $7,000.
If I may add, the 328 was the total without taking the credits that we were discussing the last time we had this discussion. So there were approximately $10,000 in credits. And I know we're kind of going back and forth, and this is a little different than what we were expecting to talk about tonight. But and Mark, correct me if I'm wrong, we should be able to, even with the LED lights, when you consider the value engineering that we had done on the contract previously, money saved plus the money of this addition should still come out to that $328,000.
It should be close to that.
Can I ask one more question before you take this?
Yes.
You know, Mark, you said that the clock tower included the foundation, which would have to be put in now if we were going to phase that. So what would be left just for the iron? I mean, that wouldn't be $129,000.
No, it'd probably be about $100,000.
The foundation is about $30,000?
I think so. They didn't break it out exactly, but I suspect it'll be $25,000 or so. I think that the structure itself, the steel, the faces of the clock, there were 4 faces on this particular clock, by the way. Each face is relatively expensive. So, yeah, but it's got 4 faces and the steel structure, it's about $100,000.
So the clock would be $100,000 if you wanted to, and I don't see any reason not to do it at this point for that.
If you want to do it later, it'd be about $100,000.
Okay, thank you, Judy.
All right, so going with completion.
We're going to take for completion, Trustee Brady.
The whole thing.
Trustee here.
We started it, we have to complete it. I would say yes, complete.
Trustee Vogel.
Complete.
Trustee Hein.
Trustee Vogel, what did you say? No?
Complete.
Complete.
Please? Okay.
This is for the whole thing, right?
For the whole thing, yes, sir.
No.
And myself,
Yes?
complete. That's all
I'm
right.
sorry for answering.
No, that's all right. And also what we were talking, so we would like to have that direction of getting this completed, but we were also looking at some benches in that, and we're thinking of finding a non-for-profit organization that might want to do a bench, have their name, 1 or 2 benches. So there are some things that can be done.
Doesn't this show benches?
Pardon me?
This shows 3 benches.
The thought was to come up with a program where a local business can buy a bench. So yes, the program and what the contract calls for is the benches, but we're thinking about subsidizing that by asking for someone to sponsor a bench.
Okay, but the price we have now, is this 3 benches?
5 benches, Dave.
I see 3 as the 3.
This is the modified plan. If you go back to, as voted, if you go back to the clock tower plan,
Right.
it had marked five benches.
You might have had even more than 5, might have had even 7,
It was 7.
but at least 5, definitely at least 5.
And I'm sorry, I don't have that in front of me.
Right, included in the 328.
Yes,
So if somebody wants to sponsor a bench, the price would come down.
yes.
Yes.
Okay.
And we will come
how much
up
was
with that
the bunch? The bench about what, $1,700, Mr. Janik?
I believe it's more like around $1,200.
1,200? So,
So what, Madam President, if I hear the board correctly,
please.
staff will come back to you with the contract for the project as originally designed, with the benches, with the walls, with the clock tower.
Yes.
Before we come back to you with that amount, we will vet the contract for all the value engineering that we had talked about last time. We will add the backlit LED lights on the wall.
Yes.
And bring you a contract as soon as possible in order to get construction started ASAP.
Yes. That's
Okay.
what we're giving direction for. Thank you.
And the bench sponsorships, we should discuss that as well, because I've seen them where the Rotaries come out and they have these
I'm putting
big
a thing in already.
benches with Rotary across the back of it. But I'm saying if they sponsor a bench, we have to come up and say, okay, we'll allow you to sponsor a bench, but we're going to have you just put a plaque on there, a small little plaque.
Right.
Okay.
Years ago, the Rotary had an interest, if I may, years ago, of a clock out there, but it isn't a clock like, we see now. But that's going back, what was that, President, 6 years ago, 7 years ago? I think it'll be a wonderful thing and it'll just be beautiful. And people will stop and look as they're coming down the street. And, let's see, we don't,
Official communication.
we have no official communication. And we have executive session to discuss
Madam-
excuse me.
Dave.
Can I just make one comment?
Oh, sure, yes.
Just a reminder, this Friday night from 4 to 8 o'clock, the Friends of Dave Bunda are sponsoring a spaghetti dinner to help him defray his expenses. Dave Bunda's been a member of St. Joseph the Worker Church, I think, for 30 years. He's lived in the village of Wheeling for 40 years, and he contracted acute leukemia 8 months ago, and does not have the best insurance in the world, and the Knights are running this fundraiser to try and help him defray his expenses. So everybody's invited, and it's a good cause. And George is cooking. Thank you.
All right.
All homemade too, right?
Yes.
Dave's cooking. So we have the board go into executive session to discuss collective negotiating matters between the village and its employees or their representatives and pending probable or imminent litigation. Do I have a motion?
So move.
Second.
Motion made by trustee Hines, second by trustee Here. Roll call, please.
Trustee Hein,
Yes.
trustee Dick Vogel,
Yes.
trustee Here,
Yes.
trustee Brady.
Yes.
President Abiscato.
Yes, board will go in executive session at 7:25, go into executive session at 7:35.